friends, welcome to this weekly news update from the Indian manufacturing sector. We are going to look at week 4, that is 19th of January to 25th of January in 2022. Let's get started. First, let us look at the automotive sector. Tata Motors expects the growth momentum to continue in 2022 as it looks to ramp up the production. Tata Motors expects the growth momentum to continue this year, and it also anticipates the supply side issues to improve, helping it to roll out more units to cater the enhanced demand. The Mumbai-based automaker, which sells models like Punch, Nexon, Harrier, saw the total passenger vehicle dispatches to dealers rose by 44%, that is 99,000 units in the third quarter of 2021 as compared to 68,806 units in the same period previous year. Last month, it reported a 50% jump in the total passenger vehicle sales to 35,299 units as compared to 23,545 units in 2020. The next news is from Maruti Suzuki. Maruti Suzuki is planning to make the Sonipat unit its largest production base in India. The country's largest car maker, Maruti Suzuki, is going to shortly commence work on the new manufacturing facility in Sonipat, Haryana. This plant would be the largest production base for Maruti in India. Maruti's chairman, Mr. R.C. Bhargava, he told Economic Times that the construction work will begin soon at the unit, which will be commissioned by 2025. They are waiting for the clearances and the construction will begin shortly. The first assembly line at the unit will be commissioned within 3 years. The Sonipat facility will have a total installed capacity of about 1 million units. And unlike Gurugram and Manesar, Sonipat has a lot of land available to set up the fourth unit also. E-Wheelers Mobility has opened its fulfillment center in Bangalore. In the current scenario of air pollution and regular increase in the fuel prices, there is a demand for environment-friendly vehicles, and the demands for EVs encourage many companies to enter the electric vehicles market. But the biggest challenge that is faced by the EV manufacturers is maintaining the inventory and fulfilling the customer orders. So, E-Wheelers Mobility, a company which operates the fulfillment centers, they help EV companies to maintain an inventory at low cost and help the companies to deliver vehicles to the customers faster. After opening the first EV fulfillment center in the national capital, it has received a lot of interest, and to meet the growing demand, it has opened EV fulfillment centers in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Further, it aims to open 2 more centers in Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh soon. Their aim is to establish EV fulfillment centers in every state by September 2022 to help EV companies sell more. Two-wheeler buying and selling platform called CredR will invest $15 million to expand its business. The Bengaluru-based firm will open 50 CredR showrooms for used two-wheelers in the year 2022 and 23 and to over 100 showrooms by 2024. Commenting on the company's plans, the pandemic was an unexpected boom to their business, and they were able to look back and reposition and strategically plan for the next phase of the growth trajectory. And they are planning to be in the top 12 two-wheeler markets in India. The markets will be a mix of urban, tier 2 and tier 3 areas, towns, and it aims to achieve more than 30,000 transactions in 2022. In 2021, CredR saw a 200% rise in used two-wheeler transaction, with the revenue bouncing back to the pre-COVID levels by mid-2021 itself. Next, we move on to electronics segment. India's smartphone market logs 169 million shipment, that is sales, in 2021, which is highest till date. India's smartphone shipments crossed 169 million units in 2021, and it registers 11% year-on-year growth from about 152 million units in 2020. The market showed a high resilience in the year that witnessed the second wave, and also supply disruptions and the chip shortages, right? A lot of issues were there, but even then, the smartphone market has logged 169 million shipments. And this is primarily due to the 5G smartphones, which were one of the key selling factors for Indian customers. And the government of India unveils a vision to touch more than 300 billion local electronic production. The government outlined the $300 billion electronic production, which aims to make electronics as India's largest export category, exponentially adding exports to $120 billion from the current $10.6 billion. Next, we move on to garments and textiles. So NAEC, Noida Apparel Export Cluster, They seek the government intervention in containing the high cost of cotton, yarn, and fabrics to boost the exports. They require the immediate intervention of the government in reducing the cost of cotton, yarn, and fabrics. They are suggesting the government to remove 10% cotton import duty and the development of a mechanism to regulate the prices of cotton and other raw materials for the garment sector. Apparel industry is facing a severe problem of high cost of cotton, yarn, and fabrics. During the last couple of months, the cotton prices have been hiked up to 80%. The prices of the cotton per candy of 335 kgs went to 74,000 rupees from about 37,000 rupees. Next, we move on to oil and gas segment. India's oil import bill witnessed a steep rise. Surging prices have doubled India's oil import bill this financial year, where gas import have risen by 61%. India paid $82.4 billion for the crude oil it imported in the 9 months through December 2021, a 108% jump over the $39.6 billion paid over the same period in 2020. On the other side, India's oil production continues to slip. It is down by 2% in December. India's own production of crude oil, which is refined to produce petrol and diesel, continued to decline in December 2021, with lower output from the state-owned ONGC leading to 2% drop. Oil production in December was about 2.51 million tons, down from 2.55 million tons a year earlier, and the target is about 2.6 million tons. The state-owned Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, ONGC, India's biggest producer, produced 3% less crude oil at 1.65 million tons in December due to delays in mobilizing equipment at the western offshore fields. Oil India Limited produced 5.4% more crude oil at 2,54,360 tons. Next, we move on to metals and mining category. SECL, Southeastern Coalfields Limited, has produced more than 100 million tons of coal, and it plans to achieve 172 million tons in financial year 2022. Coal India subsidiary, that is Southeastern Coalfields, has topped 100 million tons production mark in 2021-22, and it is making all the efforts to achieve the ambitious output target of 172 million tons by March. The coal production figure of SECL stood at 100.19 million tons as on January 18. In 2021, the company's output was 150 million tons. The company operates more than 350 mines across 8 states in the country. Next, we move on to the Indian mineral production. Overall, India's mineral production is up by 5% in November 2021. The index of mineral production of mining and quarrying sector for November 2021 stood at 111.9, which is 5% higher compared to November 2020. The cumulative growth for the April to November period of the mineral production over the same period ago was about 18.2%. The production level of important minerals in November 2021 includes coal at 679 lakh tons, lignite at 33 lakh tons, natural gas at 2.798 million cubic meter, and petroleum at 24 lakh tons, and bauxite at 1710,000 tons. Next, we move on to steel sector. Steel prices may rise in the month of February 2022. Indian benchmark hot-rolled coil steel prices touched a record high level of rupees 70,875 in the November last year. However, due to cost pressure and destocking by the trade market, the prices have been falling globally, and in India, the steel prices softened to touch about 67,000 rupees a ton in January. Even though the consumption is not strong as last year, the December consumption levels are around 9.29 million tons, highest since April 2021. JSW expects the prices to go up in the coming months, and there is even a scope for price hike in February. So these are all some of the interesting news from the Indian manufacturing sector. I'll talk to you guys in the next week. See you. Bye.